What up, traders? What up, investors? Thank you for tuning in for another fantastic video. Tesla got the announcement. It got the call. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Elon here. Hello, this is the board of the S&P 500. My name is Billy. You're on the S&P 500. Elon. Oh, nice. Great. Thanks. Bye. Boom. Stock goes up. Bada bing, bada bang. We get a couple folks that are making a nice little bit of cheddar, on these calls here. We have one post here. So we're going to be looking at two different posts, and they're going to be looking at a video that I did not a couple, it was like basically the 11th of November. So basically a week ago, where someone was extremely bullish on Tesla and bought $2.6 million worth of calls that were expiring in March. Was this insider trading? I have no idea. God only knows. I'm not going to speculate on any of that little whoop-ha, loop-la stuff. But looking here at the two Wall Street bets folks we had, I want to give a little quick round of applause to these guys. Someone who says, I would like to thank my friends and family. I bought 420 calls on the yesterday call. Basically, bought some calls and now is up a nice little 30K on those calls. So another little fantastic there. Then we have another one here who's basically has made nearly 43K or profit on his initial investment of initially total return of 43. Total return today was a little higher. It looks like his almost like little break even was nearly around a little over 10-ish K, his initial investment, and it looks like he had options that are expiring 11/20. How many of these folks all these have these options that are expiring this week of just like holy moly? Looks like he had like the 430 call, but holy moly, this is how can you just gamble away your money like this? You're buying options that are expiring 2 or 3 days out. I know you can make a boatload of money, but wow, again, it's Wall Street bets gambling. It's Wall Street bets YOLOing call options. That's the name of the game. So we're going to give a little up arrow for these two folks. Thank you for sharing those wonderful gains. So let's just go ahead and peruse our way to the chart. As you can see here, Tesla, of course, is only up 10% today. It was up a little bit higher, got up to around the high of the day, around $462. But we talked about that. We talked about this quite a bit. So I posted this to my the YouTube community, showing and highlighting the overall movement of what the premise of what we should be looking out for, which we again is hitting a key level with Tesla, because again, so looking here on this post here, we talked about this, posted this about 7 hours ago. We're saying, hey, Tesla, great news. But remember, hitting the 465 level to the dot, this has been an overhead resistance on the daily charts for months, basically really indicating for the last 2 months-ish has not been able to get past that Fibonacci number, which again, we can highlight here via the chart, which is again right there, that little blue dotted tier line. That's the 78.6 percentile Fibonacci retracement from the swing high to swing low. It has not been able to burst out of that yet. Is this the time where it's going to be able to do it? So I like this fresh amount of volume coming into the stock. Again, it kind of gives it a little bit more life. If you've been a Tesla shareholder as long as I have, this kind of small lulls, you're just kind of like just waiting for something to blow up or go up or down for whatever reason. Last time we had this pattern play out, so just kind of zooming in here, we had that nice little consolidation here, and everyone thought that Tesla was going to start going short. But then guess what? The following day, they announced that they're doing a 5-to-1 split. And then ever since then, just like how Apple went, it just kept on running to these really astronomical highs and hitting its all-time high at 502, but hasn't been able to get past that level that we're just talking about here, around that 465. So that 465 is the invisible wall that is really kind of holding Tesla back. With again, no earnings on the horizon, because we already just had that. No battery day on the horizon, already had that. That was a little cadooful there on their their part, and a lot of people's expectations were a little overhyped. With that being said, looking at again that invisible wall is something to kind of look out for. Again, coming in today, we're still up 10%, folks. Okay, 10%. This is again, it's fantastic news that Tesla's adding into the S&P 500. This is going to give a lot of the larger hedge funds that are very limited on what they can buy. Some of the hedge funds are only able to trade stocks that are within the group that they're trying to meet their benchmarks, aka the S&P 500. So this is going to be something that we could see some influx of money coming into the stock, which is again going to be for the good side. Again, full disclosure, long-term investor here, and this is what really I'm looking for to kind of see Tesla potentially break this 465. I don't know when. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't have that knowledge either, but I think that if we keep on pounding at this invisible wall, we'll eventually find a crack and we'll be able to pop through that and potentially test that $500 level. With that being said, that really tight consolidation here that I do like to see, basically kind of keeping it within that, again, 465 to around that 400 to 396 level. It's just kind of been bouncing around this level for quite some time. And we're finally seeing some potential movement to the upside. It's going to be a little bit too early to again, if you just want to be jumping in as a day trade. Most people are going to be not really day trading this from my perspective. I'm more of a swing trader to longer term investor. Potentially, as you know, I'm selling puts in this stock quite a bit all the time on collecting a little bit of premium while I own the stock. That being said, can it break through that 465? Like, if we don't get a breakthrough that, we're going to potentially come down to that next resistance around 436, and then right back down around 415 to 416. So as you saw, most of those folks who had those options made a nice little killing. So going to that trade of someone who bought the March 300 call for 2.6 million. We have that call highlighted here. So yeah, there are about 200 of them, March 19, $300 strike price, and it's trading for around $160. So it's not significantly higher. It's still a substantial return, but it's not as astronomical as you would think of. Because again, the option was very deep in the money. It had a very high delta already, but we can kind of look at is bring this to the chart here, and we can see the chart here and kind of see what the potential price was. So the high of the day was basically 170-ish. So yeah, 170-ish. We can do a nice little quick calculation here. Do 170 times 200. Those are the amount of calls. So that's that times 100, because each call option is worth 100. So 3.4 million. So they made a little over $1 million. So they're nearly almost 45% of their money within a week. So not bad. Like make $1 million in a week. That's not a bad week if you're talking to me. But that's going to be a very interesting play. Looking at some options movement as of today, we're going to be doing this. I'll go here. Let's look at any options activity that could be popping off today that we could see as significant movement or some sign of some longer term options. I think we're going to see a lot today. We're going to see a lot of movement on the 20th. And we're seeing all these options come loading in. A lot of people just puts here. We got some more calls at 430 going all the way out in February. That's a pretty decent bet there. That's a $7.3 million bet. Okay, that's very interesting. That is full disclosure. We don't know the reasoning behind of getting into that option. We just know that could be protecting some downside risk. It could be a hedge of some kind. So that is a pretty significant level there as well on basically someone buying in at 430, and they bought it in around 10 p.m. 10 a.m. So 10:46 today they bought in. So that's again the market was kind of swish-washing Tesla around. So we can kind of look on when they potentially bought that, if they were going to be playing it to the upside, to the downside. Let's go here. So it's at 10:46. Let's break it down to like a 15-minute chart. And if they buy that bottom, it's 11:46. Okay. Yeah, they bought in right about this range, potentially again. So most day traders get out of options and things like that. I'm not saying someone's day trading $7 million on Tesla calls all the way out, but This is definitely a nice, strong play coming in here. Again, we showing you the support here. We hit that bounce off that level at 4:36 this AM. Again, we hit that around lunchtime. Now we're bouncing off that, potentially looking to climb higher. Again, long tester shareholder. I think we're going to potentially test that 465 within the coming week or so, and potentially if we get any kind of good news, especially from any factory stuff going through, and of course we have NIO reporting tonight, so that's going to be also a factor that we could see this swashbuckling around, potentially get us higher and through that invisible level. Again, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you got this far, thank you very much. Give yourself a pat on the back, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.